Hello, hello. Brenda Carmenita here, independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay. And today I'm going to talk to you about brush maintenance. There's two different ways I'm going to share with you that you can keep your brushes clean. It helps the life of the brush and it helps the use of the brush. So these are my brushes here, my personal brushes. I have this adorable Mary Kay brush holder, which I really love and use the heck out of, as you can see. And then these are my Mary Kay brushes. So I don't use all of my brushes all the time, but I do clean the ones that I use once a week. It helps with maintain the life of the brushes, and as I said, it helps the performance of the brushes. So for a light cleaning with brushes that I don't use very often, I'll use my Mary Kay brush cleaner. It's a great little spray. So I don't use this brush very often. So I can just spray the bristles of the brush, and then I'm going to rub it on my cloth. I actually use my washcloths. It comes right out. I throw it in the washer. I don't get stains. So I'm making sure that this is nice and clean. It's not very deep in the bristles of the brush because I don't use it very often and I don't use it with liquid. I actually use this as to clean up underneath my eyes, to kind of put in that foundation. So I'm really going to make sure that I'm cleaning these bristles well in a nice circular motion. And I'm going to leave them mostly dry. The brush cleaner in this spray is going to really aid you to clean it quickly, easily, and not leave it very wet. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to put it back in its stand because, as I said, the bristles are not very wet. So it's okay to leave it in an upright position. If I do anything with the water and the micellar water on cleaning the brushes, I'm not going to put them back in my brush stand to dry because then they will pool. The water will pool at the base of the brush, which is not what I want. So I'm going to do my deep cleaning today. So I use my micellar water, and a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to just put a little bit in my bowl. These are just some little bowls I stole out of my kitchen. So I'm going to start with my smallest brushes, kind of like when you have to conserve water, and you start with the youngest for the bath, and they all share the bath water. So you start with the least dirty. So that really is going to pull everything right off of there. And I'm going to wipe the excess, and then I'm going to dip in the water and wipe. So now I'm not going to be putting this brush back in the holder because I've actually submerged it in the micellar water and the water. And so I don't want that water to pool at the edge of my bristles. So I'm going to do my spoolie end as well because I use that a lot for my eyebrows. So that does tend to get dirty. And it's amazing how the micellar water really just pulls all of the makeup right off of your brushes. It's really fantastic. It's a really easy, no fuss method. So I'm going to do that on the spoolie brush. Okay, and then I have my washcloth here. I don't know if you can see over here where I'm going to be lying them out. Let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to create a little tilt. So I want an edge so they're not lying flat. So I'm going to put them like that so that they tilt slightly down. So that as it does dry, and it's just going to air dry, at least it's not going to go into the bristle or the handle of the brush. So I'm going to do my all over eye brush. And I get to make pretty colors. So I'm always going to go in the direction of the bristles. I've seen those brush cleaners that spin the brush, and they seem to leave the bristles in a way that's not natural for the way that I want my bristles to be. So I want my bristles to be flat and concise together like a brand new brush. That's what I want after I've cleaned my brushes. I don't want it all fanned out and fluffed out and not compact. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this. As I see there's a little bit of color still, I'm going to keep doing, making sure, and I'll take a little bit more and make sure to wipe that out. That's it. I'm going to try not to dip the brush too deep into the water because I don't want to encourage any of that fluid going up inside the handle. Actually, put that the wrong way. Okay. So no more color is coming off of my brush. It's nice and fluffed. It feels great. I'm going to put it at a downward angle. And on with my next. And actually, you can do 2 at a time. The micellar water really does a lot of the work for you. So it's really nice, especially on these little brushes. It's really fast and easy. Okay, my dogs are going off out there. How fun is that? So I'm going to rinse a little bit and then put over here, see if we can get any, see if we can still get some color coming out of there. Just a little. So we'll go back in the micellar water. I'm just going to pat these around. I like to squeeze them too. Just to try to make sure to get all of that out of there. I'm seeing a little bit more color. Oh, no, no more color. I'm going to go on the side and I'm spinning the brushes as I go just to keep those bristles going in the same direction. My brushes are nearly dry. I'm going to lay them here to dry. And they're going to dry overnight. They should be dry by the morning. Sometimes the bigger brushes will take a little bit longer to dry because they're so floofy. So that is my cream brush. So that's going to be my eye concealer coming out of there, which is going to be a lot more makeup coming out than these eyeshadow brushes. Let's see how talented I am to do 2 at once. Okay, so I'm still getting some color out of this one. Let's squeeze that puppy out. Okay. I'm pushing it just against the side in this motion here to help squeegee out any of that color and that micellar water. Okay, now we've got a nice clean water coming out of that brush. Okay, I'm going to put my bristles in the same direction. Nice and clean. Put that in a downward angle. Go back to working on my cream brush. So this one I'm going to work a little bit more because I really put a lot of, this is my, I use this for my concealer and my eye corrector. So this is going to have that liquid pretty far into the bristles. Make sure to work that out of there. Let's see. Nice. I really love how the micellar water does the work for cleaning the makeup out of these brushes. And it's really important to clean your brushes. Did you know that in 3 months use on your eyes, bacteria builds on your tools? 3 months, you guys, that's it, of not cleaning in 3 months. 3 months goes really fast. We don't even realize how fast 3 months goes past us, right? And we're not cleaning our brushes enough. So, like I said, I do mine once a week. I'm going to use this on the spray cleaner on my all-over powder brush. I don't want to wet this whole entire brush. because then it's going to take a long time to dry. So I'm going to make sure that I saturate the bristles, and I'm going to wipe clean. I'm going to get all that color out of there. But we're putting these on our face, we're putting these in our makeup, and if we're not cleaning them, then we are spreading bacteria, and we are really putting ourselves at risk when we're putting these things near our eyes and in our, my brushes go really close to my eyes, especially with your eyeliner, your mascara. Okay, I'm going to do one more clean on this. Spray from the outside this time instead of the top. I like to, give it a little rub. Make sure I'm getting it through because this is a very thick brush. I'm going to go back to my towel. I'm always going to make sure I'm going in the direction of the bristles. I don't want to slam it down and go like that. If I want to do the top, I'm going to go in a light circular motion, just what I would have done on my face. The same motion I would do to put the makeup on my face, I'm going to do here with the same amount of pressure to clean that off so that I'm not damaging my brush as I'm cleaning it. Okay, this one's coming just a little bit more. And I can do these, like once a month, I'll do this brush with the micellar water and really saturate it and get everything deep cleaned. But that does take, I like to give it at least 2 days to dry when I do that, because you're getting the entire core saturated and you don't want to get any makeup on there before it's dry. Oops. Okay, do my circular motion. See if I find a clean spot. See if we've got any more color coming off. No more color coming off. That's awesome. That's what I'm looking for. So now I'm just going to kind of dry it a little bit. Okay. Making sure it's in the right position, and then make sure it's hanging down. So these two brushes are my contour and my cheek color brushes. So I use these a ton with a lot of product, of course. So these brushes, as you can see, they soak up the micellar water because these brushes are so nice and dense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it fill, saturate in the brush. And I'm going to squeeze it back out. And you can see how much makeup is just coming out with that. Okay, then I'm going to rinse. Again, I don't want to submerge the brush all the way under. You can see that I've got it just deep enough to accept the bristles of the brush. And this is going to take a while to dry on this kind of a brush as well. But because I use it so much, so deeply, I like to give it a deep clean. These brushes are designed to spread the bristles when you're applying your blush. So, and then I scrub my blush in to blend it. So I do tend to get the color deep into the bristles. But I love how quickly and easily that micellar water just cleans it out. Look at that. No color coming off the brush. I'm just moving it around to dry because it's pretty wet. Okay, get them all in the right direction. How nice. It'll be like having brand new brushes. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more here. Excuse me. So again, I'm not doing this every night. I'm cleaning my brushes, deep cleaning. I like to do once a week to really just keep the life of those brushes. And then when I change colors and that kind of stuff, it's a lot easier too because my brushes are more deep cleaned. Okay. Just using the side to put a little pressure, kind of squeegee out all of that. This is my cheek brush, so I use this for multiple colors at a time. So this, I think, is going to be one of the heaviest used brushes that I have. Okay, let's see. Not too shabby there. Very little color coming out of that. Excuse me. Very nice. So they are recommending that you change your eye makeup products, your mascara, your liquid eyeliner, those things that you actually put very to the edge of your eye on your waterline every 3 months to make sure that you are maintaining no bacteria in your tools, in your products. So this brush here is the liquid foundation brush, and this is the powder foundation. Okay, so I don't really use my powder foundation brush. I do use my liquid foundation brush. So, and that one you can see, of course, with the liquid foundation, that's where you're going to get, that's where your stuff is going to be, right? So that's what you want to make sure you get in there and clean out. That's where the bacteria is going to grow. It looks like a clean brush, but it's got a lot of product inside. So I'm going to use my micellar water. Of course, you can see that sucked that right up. So I'm going to put just a little bit. I'm going to put it directly into the bristles. And then I'll rub it around. Let that micellar water do its work. And that is a very dense brush. It really soaks up fluid amazingly. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Because this one I like to try to get clean with that liquid foundation. There we go. Oops. Gotta make a mess, right? I'm not happy if I don't make a mess. Oh, look at that. How nice it's cutting that up. That just breaks that makeup right up. I think I only put like 10 drops in there. That's not bad at all. That's not too much. You know, I mean, I don't want to have to use a whole bottle of a cleaner when I'm cleaning my makeup brushes. That's not going to entice me to clean them once a week, right? So I like that I don't have to use too much product to get these brushes really clean. Okay. Like I said, this is probably the dirtiest brush that I have because it's the liquid foundation brush and it really does get deep in there. So I'm spending a little bit more time on this one. Okay, squeeze that out. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure when I'm squeezing out either because I don't want to, I don't want to hurt the brush. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Anyway, you get it. I don't want to put too much pressure on the brush in a way that it's not designed to receive pressure. So that's not too shabby at all. Check that out. . That was one time, you guys, just one time. One clean. And we are getting no more color. Just a little water. I like to do this motion here as well because it's going to help me clean this edge. And I feel like stuff kind of gets stuck up on that edge. And again, anything that is having skin cells or oil from your body has a potential to grow bacteria. So we want to keep healthy and safe. Okay. So let's see. Look at that, beautiful. All nice and clean, very, very lightly wet, very just lightly damp. So I'm going to place it here with the rest. And I'm going to let those sit overnight so that they can all make sure that they dry 100%. And that was it. I am done. As I said, I don't really use those other two brushes, so I did this one with the spray and I don't use that one. So I'm not needing to clean that one right now. But make sure you maintain your brushes. It's very, very important. You will get a better application on your makeup and you will end up with a better look in the end if your tools are good. So if you have any questions, let me know and I will get right back with you. Thanks. Have a great day.